lot of new shows coming to the Charleston Music Hall and the Charleston Music Farm this year. Today, I talk one-on-one with Charles Carmody, the director of the Charleston Music Hall and the Charleston Music Farm, for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Charles Carmody, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Hi, Quintin. Nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. Needless to say, you're executive director of the Charleston Music Hall and the Music Farm. And of course, in the Ohm family, you are the host of...
Yes, I'm the Ohm family. I am. I've just started a show, the Farmer's Hall Pass, every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, playing music from all of our upcoming shows. It's been real fun.
Very fun. You talk about those upcoming shows. I just rode past the music hall like literally 2 minutes ago. And I noticed that you all have a show coming up tonight. And we're in the new year, Charles. So what's new, what's now at the Charleston Music Hall and the Music Farm?
Yeah, we're excited. Charleston Music Hall, 959 seats, or we can take out the seats and do 1,200 capacity. The season starts tonight. We're in for a lot of shows this first few months of the year, and some really cool stuff. Comedy has been really big of late. We're actually launching the first annual Charleston Comedy Week next week. That's with we're going to be with Charleston Music Hall, Music Farm, Theater 99, and Wits In, and Lo-Fi. So 5 different venues, 5 nights of comedy. Patton Oswalt, Dave Attell, Todd Barry. Some really cool stuff happening on the comedy front. We also have Andrew Santino on Saturday, Kumail Nanjiani on the 19th. So comedy has been really, really great. For the music hall, also, doing a bunch of different stuff. We're doing our first magic show on February 8th. Well, not our first, but we don't often do magic, so it's nice to do that. South Carolina Ballet is doing a season with us now, so we'll be doing 5 different performances with them over the year. They kick off their season February 11th with Romeo and Juliet. Charleston Jazz is back for another great season of the Charleston Jazz Orchestra, big band jazz. So that's going to be very exciting. CharlestonMusicHall.com. Click on the calendar. You can see all of the exciting stuff. Over at the farm, we are keeping it weird. We're doing a bunch of dance parties. Tonight we're doing an ABBA dance party, Gimme Gimme Disco. Saturday night is Boots and Beats, a country EDM dance party. But then we're also doing a lot of indie local bands, metal nights. The Music Farm is smaller than the hall. It's 675 capacity. And we took it over in 2020, reopened it in 2022, took it over in 21. And it is a development room. The goal of that room is to develop artists in the market. And I'm happy to report that in 2024, we did 260 shows there, but we brought 65 artists who had never played Charleston ever before into town through that room. And we're all over the map as far as everything from emo to hip hop to reggae to, it's all over the place. So it's really fun. So musicfarm.com, you can see that calendar.
And I have 2 minutes because I know you got to run to your 11 o'clock appointment. But let me ask you this. Why Comedy Week? Why now at the Charleston Music Farm?
Great question. We've been doing a lot of comedy, and the last 2 years, the music hall has done over 100 stand-up shows, and there's also a lot of really cool local comedy. What Theater 99 is doing, the Have-Nots, they have been around since the 90s and have truly changed the Charleston comedy scene for the better. What Josh Bates is doing at Wits End, a brand new small stand-up club up in North Charleston, what he's doing up there, and then what Nameless Numberhead, Rip City. There's just a bunch of really cool stuff happening on the comedy front. So I wanted to combine forces with all of these great organizations and highlight what everyone's doing. So it's a highlight of all of our efforts. And it's gonna be. I'm really excited. There'll be like after parties at Lo-Fi Brewery every night, or Friday and Saturday night. So how often do you get to go to a show and then get to come together and talk about the show, talk about the scene? we want to generate those conversations in that community. So really excited for that to happen.
Yeah, and one last question for you, Charles. What other conversation do you want to generate about the music, the comedy, and the art scene here in Charleston next with your platform?
Yeah, that's a great question. I want people to talk. I want to build community. I want to bring people from different backgrounds together. I want people to experience new stuff that might make them uncomfortable, might make them, question reality, whatever it is. And also but also bring them joy and comfort and entertainment. I mean, uh, I want people to be excited about life and art. And I think what the beautiful side of art is that it can reach beyond our normal mundane reality and heighten our senses, heighten our sense of self, our sense of community, our sense of wonder. And that is the beauty of it. So I'm hopeful that this year we continue to grow that community and people, there's some serious issues in our city and across the country that need to be addressed. And the way that those things are addressed is by communicating and talking and being together, not being separate. So that's my hope for the year. We can come together, we can talk through the issues, we can find solutions, and we can also enjoy life.
Yes, indeed. And this conversation will still be continue, obviously. Charles Carmody with the Charleston Music Hall and the Charleston Music Farm and Ohm Radio 96.3 FM. Thank you for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you, Quintin. I hope you have a beautiful beginning of your year, and I will definitely see you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.